Zimbindaba madoda shampizi shampozi shampipi namhlanje kuko uScarra. Translation: we've got Scarra. Unjani Scarra?
Tisha Buddha, how are you doing?
Good, my brother. Listen here, I'm unapologetically biased. You're one of my favorite humans. One of my favorite players. And I don't think people realize how hard you work to be able to be the person that you are. So much respect and love for you, my friend. Very biased towards you, always supporting you. So you had a very good game last week. You were on the ground. You were in Tuku, which translation is a mole. You were in the breakdown. You were throwing straight. You were doing everything. You were all over the field. We were very disappointed about the outcome, but there were definitely some positives. You guys played very well, even when you were down 13 people, down to 14 people. But there's definitely some positives, even though you lost. How do you feel about last week's game?
Yeah, so thanks. Good to see you again. Yeah, obviously, I'm very disappointed. The whole team's very disappointed. As you said, we were leading. We're doing quite well which shows that we came with the right plan. But I think the discipline hurt us a bit. It's quite hard to play with 13 men, and we had to slow the game down a bit and go off plan a bit, which we didn't really plan for. But as you said, there were positives. The way we played, we're trying to move the ball around. We're trying to dominate as a forward pack, whether it's scrums or mauling. We've trained quite hard to be quite mobile and be physical. So I think those things are working for us. This weekend's going to be tough. The Bulls, always a tough game. I mean, guys are playing for spots in the BOK team as well. So it's going to be exciting. It always is against the Bulls, and it's going to be nice to be playing at home.
So now it's a North versus South derby. Both of you guys have been sponsored by BrightRock, which is pretty amazing. Always very physical, always very challenging. How do you always feel when it's a very big game, you're playing against some of your friends? How is it to play against people that you're friends of? Nemo's over there, just got a baby. How is it to play against friends of yours? Last week you played against Kolisi, very good friend of yours. How is that battle when you play against people you know and you love?
Yeah, but we were sponsored by BrightRock first, so... Obviously, that's rugby. I think people were asking about how was it playing against Sia last week. I think that's the normal flow of rugby. People move on, things change. It's going to be exciting playing against some of my old mates. It's tough, Trevor, Nemo, as you said. I don't know if Dwayne is playing. But it's going to be good. There's no friends on the field. You really want to have the bragging rights of, especially after playing some of your friends.
So let's be truthfully honest. We're all very disappointed about last week, and I think for me that last moment is the typical saying that we use at BrightRock, which is playing the bounce. The bounce could have gone any way, like anything in life. It could have gone left. It could have gone right. How is the team feeling after that particular moment of it nearly so close?
Yeah, I think it's that sense of frustration and letting it slip and letting everyone down. We lost to the Sharks, I think by 3 points twice now. We've lost to the Bulls with Droki going over the line. So I think the guys are quite, I wouldn't say fed up, but they're really hungry to try and to show that we are capable of winning, especially the big games. And we only have big games in this tournament. Every game's a big game. So there's a huge level of disappointment, and you can see the guys grafting hard this week, and we really want to prove and make everyone happy and play some entertaining rugby and come out with a win this weekend.
Scarra, I know the team very well. I know the individuals. I really am seeing a very positive vibe. I'm seeing people are looking like there's a camaraderie that I'm seeing there that I've never seen at this level. People are very close. People are really pushing. They want to get, that green and gold cap. The young boys are even coming up trying to show themselves. How is the vibe on camp? I'm seeing positivity. Seeing people are playing, people are trying, and people really want to be putting up their hands to get the green and gold on. How is the vibe on at camp?
I think you're right there especially with the youngsters. I think a lot of them are pushing through. To mention a few, Rikus, Adams is not young anymore, but I think it's a great mix between the young and old. We have a lot of experienced guys, especially in the forwards. with Kitsi, France, Bongi, JD, and then the youngsters who bring that energy. And so I think it's pretty awesome. And a lot of the older guys as well, or most of the guys, are really pushing for Springbok spots. So it's a good, healthy environment. Everyone's pushing each other, healthy competition. And yeah, I think the coaches and sponsors are doing such a great job in making sure that the environment, we have such a cool environment. We have everything we need. We have a lot of fun. We do cool things, both with all our sponsors. So yeah, I think all in all, from a player side, I think it's one of the best environments I've been in a team. And it's really showing in the way the guys caring for each other, playing hard for each other, spending more time together, getting to know each other more. And hopefully this weekend that can come out on the field, and yeah, we can really just play some entertaining rugby and win the game on Saturday.
You're very modest, but let's not act like you're not going for that green and gold, because you speak like everyone else is going for the green and gold. We know you want that green and gold, and we want to see you in that green and gold, my friend. So I know you're pushing. Everyone is pushing. Scarra, but lastly, Bright Rock is all about change and adapting to change. So you got an injury of a young player, which is very hard to watch on Saturday, the fly half. He is an unbelievable future. I hear he's a hard worker. There was another a yellow card with Sinatla, and another yellow card, a red card. So there's a lot of change that happens there. How do you guys adapt to that change? Because it shows that you guys have a lot of depth. So there's one injury, there's one sighting, or maybe a second sighting, and then you have to adapt. How is that? Adapting to change and having to adapt to some players who were there last week not be able to be there this week, and positions changing and be able, but it shows you guys have incredible depth, and you guys are able to adapt and play to the bounce and be able to adapt to change.
Yeah, 100%. So I think, as I said earlier, the competition is quite healthy in the team. We've got a lot of people pushing for the same position. So I think losing Cade, obviously it's a massive blow. I've had a few massive blows. And, it's all about the structures that I think Cade will have around him. I think he's got a lot of support behind him. When I had my Achilles, Bright Rock was helping me a lot, especially with the off-field stuff. So I think it's all about, it helps with us having the experience that we have on the field. When someone gets a yellow, where we have to make a few plans, I think that's where the change happens, and we have to think out the box, and you have to think quite quick. And I think the guys did adapt and change quite well. I think at a stage we were 13 men, and we actually won that phase 7-6. So I think it's a massive part of rugby, and it's something that I think we tried to do well, but it was obviously very tough doing it with 13 and 14 men. But that can't be an excuse. Yeah, it's what we have to do and how we have to perform on the field.
Thank you, Scarra. You're one of the country's favorite, and so great to chat with you, my friend. Love watching you work. Love you to bits, and we'll see you on Saturday. And I definitely can see you stealing a couple of balls, throwing some great line out, having some runs, maybe scoring a try. Bright Rock loves you. Remember to play the bounce and adapt to change, my friend. Love you a lot.
Love you too, sir. Thanks, guys.